What is going on, guys? My name is Jeffrey. Welcome back to Epic Reactions. And to react to Blood, Sweat, and Tears, what does it all mean? So I watched the Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video, and a lot of people wanted me to watch the explanation video to it. So somebody linked this in the comments below. Before I want to talk about. So a lot of people were asking me where the BTS MMA is. So I posted it. I'll post it in the description below. It's on a Patreon, and I'm also going to be starting to post content, basically videos that are blocked on YouTube that I can't post on YouTube on my Patreon. It's $1 a month, but the BTS MMA is free because I feel like everyone wanted to see that, so that's free. But yeah, if you guys want to help out the channel, it's $1 a month. Well, it is $1 a month for content that's blocked by YouTube. I would make all that content free, but I actually have to the Patreon, the video player that's connected to it, costs money to use. So basically, I wouldn't be able to upload those videos without people donating basically the $1 a month. So my Patreon is in the description below. You guys can watch the BTS MMA 2019 for free, and let's get into this.
At its surface, Blood, Sweat, and Tears is a song about the dangers of temptation, and furthermore, the loss.
Hold on, let me turn it up.
Of innocence. The music video provides context through symbolic images, which allows these themes to take on deeper meanings. But what does it all mean, you ask? Let's get cultured AF as we take a closer look.
Cultured AF.
So, it's an understatement to say there's a lot of symbolism packed into these 6 minutes. I know it may just look like every choice was made for the purpose of aesthetics, but I promise you, every single painting, statue, feather, and drop of wax means something. Although there are allusions from multiple sources of literature, each symbol works harmoniously with the next to create a larger system of meaning throughout the video. But let's take this a little at a time. The most useful frame for understanding this video is through the story of Demian by Hermann Hesse. Published in 1919, this Bildungsroman tells the story of Emile Sinclair and his journey to find himself. For further context, the ideologies presented in Demian are heavily influenced by the ideas of the German philosopher Nietzsche. Nietzsche often wrote about the creation of the self, or as he puts it, becoming what one is. He claimed that people must craft their own identity through self-realization. And
this is a theory, right? This is theorized. This is for sure, because I feel like it's getting wild already.
do so without relying on anything transcending that life, such as God or a soul. He spoke of the death of God and a future where we would see the dissolution of traditional religion and metaphysics. Nietzsche was, quote, engaged in a positive program to reaffirm life, and so he called for a radical, naturalistic rethinking of the nature of human existence, knowledge, and morality. All of these ideas are central to Demian, as they're what drives Sinclair's journey towards a new understanding of life. Sinclair does not go on this journey.
I feel like this is too deep. I feel like that this has to be a theory, because I feel like
discovery alone, however,
I don't know, man.
For his many mentors who guide him. His dear friend Max Demian is the first and most important mentor. The others include Demian's mother, Frau Eva, and a wise organ player named Pistorius. Anyways, this motif of mentoring relationships is where I'd like to begin. In the opening of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, we see each of the younger members paired with an older member, their mentor. They are still surrounded by symbols of innocence, not yet having embarked on their journey of self-discovery. Jin, the oldest member, stands alone, admiring the painting, The Fall of the Rebel Angels. He is about to begin his journey. As Jin gazes at this depiction of the battle between good and evil, Bach's Mass in B minor plays in the background. Jin stands perfectly between two doors, one black, one white, one good, one evil.
No, I didn't notice that. Yeah, that is there's a light door and a dark door. I didn't notice
Sinclair
that.
is constantly being tempted by things that belong to the realm of darkness. He feels trapped in his traditional religious teachings and develops a fierce desire to break free and expand his worldview.
Oh, I can see that,
In the novel, this is symbolized by the sparrowhawk. Sinclair finds some freedom when Demian introduces him to the idea that the world cannot be categorized into binary categories of good and evil, but rather, there is good in all evil and evil in all good. This concept is represented by the god called Abraxas. The deity is neither good nor evil, but rather an affirmation of the existence of both. Furthermore, Abraxas is often depicted breaking out of an egg.
The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. The bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
This quote echoes the Nietzschean idea that we must think radically in order to be born as our true selves. Sinclair can never find himself if he only acknowledges the realm of light. He must seek knowledge and learn of
Yeah, I feel like that's what like, a lot of people just don't like, aren't ever. That's like I feel like every single person is like their true self. I think everyone like like limits themselves to like a certain degree, whether it's because like a family member or just people in their lives or just they're insecure about something. Like people like just kind of like everyone's here, but like everyone like makes themselves like right here. Everyone like limits like their own potential, I guess you could say.
both realms, therefore destroying the world he once knew. The world that contained his innocence, but also prevented him from growing to his full potential. Part of finding oneself is embarking on a quest for knowledge, and part of this comes from embracing both realms, and in turn, embracing temptation. Once we take a bite of the apple, we cannot regain our innocence. We now have not only knowledge, but also sin, and there's no going back. The interlude of the music video has a couple of direct connections to Demian that I'd like to discuss. Of course, we have a direct quote that's read by RM, referencing Max Demian as a tempter.
He too was a tempter. He too was a link to the second. The evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do.
Another connection is the reference to Sinclair's mentor, Pistorius, the philosopher and organ player. Pistorius promises to play Sinclair Passacaglia in D minor. This is
Thank
Bro,
you.
why do I always get ads? I got a 15-second too that's unskippable. Whoever made this video literally made their ads unskippable, and I'm hurt by that right now. They already made their ads unskippable. NAAA, I didn't know they had NAACP awards. That's crazy. I know that.
Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the kiss? What reason could Jin possibly have to kiss a statue? What does it all mean?
That's what I was saying.
me
That
fill
was
you
like
in.
my main thing is why is he kissing the statue? This is literally all I wanted to know, honestly.
Here we have another allusion to the end of the novel. I'll set the scene. Sinclair is wounded in battle, and Demian appears to him. Demian tells Sinclair that if he ever needs help, he need only look inside himself, and he will find that Demian is within him. Demian then kisses him on the lips and disappears. To me, this is the moment the entire music video hinges on. There are multiple layers of meaning to the kiss. Firstly, Jin is put in the role of Demian, giving a kiss to Sinclair. But at this point in the novel, Demian is revealed to be merely a piece of Sinclair himself. And so this is the moment Jin realizes he can now be his own mentor, and he has broken out of the egg. He has achieved creation of the self. The other layer of meaning we must acknowledge here is that Jin is finally embracing the two realms. He is kissing Abraxas, the very embodiment of both good and evil, and so he is shedding his former innocent skin. Throughout the music video, V was shrouded from view under a veil. He was a fallen angel, representing evil and temptation.
I think my thing is with this, like, if you have like these kind of like deep meanings within the music video, I feel like a large part of the people watching aren't gonna like understand the deeper meaning, like everything she's talking about, and will kind of like they'll like they're. I feel like it's as much to do as how cool and aesthetically pleasing it is, than like also the storyline, because I feel like the like everything she's talking about right now, I feel like it would maybe like keep away like new fans because it's so just like complicated. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know that's just my opinion. I feel like there's an upside and a downside to this. I feel like maybe they don't mean for it to be like this like complicated, I guess.
The moment Jin was able to face him, he destroyed the false world of light he once inhabited and welcomed chaos unleashed. This is what Lacan would call the real. Jin is unsutured from the symbolic order when he faces the rupture between the symbolic and reality. The symbolic order is the world established by traditional religion. It is the world of light where only good things can be worshipped. Facing the real, or the existence of a dark realm, as well as the chaos and darkness within ourselves, allows for freedom and the creation of self I keep mentioning. According to Nietzsche, this rupture is crucial. In fact, it's Nietzsche's quote we see here, engraved above the mirror. You still have to have chaos inside you in order to be able to give birth to a dancing star. The old version of Jin, existing only in the realm of light, begins to crumble. There's no chaos in him, and so he cannot give birth to the dancing star. What this means, essentially, is we must all suffer this fall from grace and face reality so that we can create our genuine selves. It is only once we're armed with this true sense of self, finally knowing who we are, that we can spread our wings and fly.
I actually really like that. I feel like everyone like everyone has like their true self, and you like have to like get through your just whatever issue you have to like show your true self, whether it just be family members or judgment or whatever. I feel like everyone ends it their true. I feel like you can be. I feel like your true self is always greater. Everyone should be themselves. Like that's what I love about people when you just learn about like things they like, or just like it's so like unique to other people. Like I feel like this, like me making videos is like so unique to like I go to college and I feel like I'm just like I feel like I'm probably like the only one out of like probably 1,000 that like makes YouTube videos like every day, and it's so unique. But I don't tell people actually. I really don't tell people.
Like Sinclair, Icarus too wants to be free and soar to great heights, but he aims too high, quite literally, and pays the ultimate price for his recklessness. He ignores his father's warnings about flying too close to the sun until it melts the wax that binds his wings and he plummets to his death. You all know the story. Behind the neon lights, we can see The Lament for Icarus by H.J. Draper. The Icarus imagery continues as we see Jungkook levitating, neither falling nor flying, surrounded by little bits of feathers. In Demian, Sinclair tells Pistorius that he's afraid of dreams in which he is able to fly, to which Pistorius replies, "It is the feeling of being linked with the roots of power, but one soon becomes afraid of this feeling. This is why most people shed their wings and prefer to walk and obey the law. But not you. You go on flying. You discover that you gradually begin to master your flight. Lacking that, you would be drawn up to the heights, powerless."
This reminds me of like Greek philosophy,
which
right
is
here.
what happens to madmen. This, of course, is a direct allusion to Icarus. But Sinclair has better control of his wings, as does Jin. At least we hope he does. BTS's music and videos often tell coming-of-age stories, and the Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video is no exception. This is an important fact to remember as we watch their youthful characters struggle and grow. Although the allusions and symbols in their videos may seem daunting at first, it's important to remember that at their core, these are just stories about growing up. These are struggles we can all relate to on some level or another, and that's what makes them so great. And you know, the massively impressive visuals and choreographies, well, they're pretty dope too.
I really actually like this song. I feel like their main message usually with every song is like to always like be yourself and like get through the bad times, and I think it's really cool is how they can convey that message in every single song, but find an exactly new and different way to convey that message with every song. I feel like a lot of people, they have trouble because they'd be doing it over and over again and be like the same thing, but they have different stories they always tell, but it always leads to like being the better you, and like being just better and being amazing. So that's why I love BTS, is the stories they tell are just are just amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. Please click the like button, click the subscribe button if you're new. I post BTS every day. Check out the Patreon if you haven't already. The BTS MMA 2019 is there for free, and then you can also get exclusive content for $1 a month. And then I'll be doing a full album reaction on Friday when the album drops. I'm super excited for that, as I know many of you guys are. So yeah, I'll see you on the next video.